now we're going to shift over to talking about Candace Owens. Now, Candace Owens, you might remember as being the woman who said to the UN, or to an assembly of German people, that Hitler did nothing wrong. In fact, Hitler would have been totally justified doing a mini Holocaust within the borders of Nazi Germany. What he did wrong was invading other countries. That's what Candace Owens has said in the past. She has some new comparisons to Nazi Germany here, or allusions to Nazi Germany, from one of her latest podcast episodes. Let's listen to it, shall we? Together. There's no video, it's just audio.
Dehumanization. As a form of dehumanization. During the Holocaust, the Nazis referred to Jewish people as rats. It's another form of dehumanization. In fact, all throughout history, in ancient Chinese, Egyptian, and Mesopotamian literature, there are repeated references to enemies of the empire as subhuman creatures. Because what has to happen before the mass infliction of any atrocity is the treatment of individuals as subhuman. I'm bringing this up because right now, in this country, in America, conservatives are being dehumanized. I'm going to say that again. Conservatives, right now, in the United States of America, are being dehumanized. That is not up for debate. Over the weekend on Twitter, I saw hashtag maggots trending. Maggots is spelled M-A-G-A-T-S, obviously a play off of MAGA. Conservatives that support Trump are now being called maggots, and that trend is allowed on Twitter.
I wonder though, which political party again popularized the use of the term libtard, and which political party supported the idea of eugenics and how do I say this politely, sterilizing all people with disabilities, with mental disabilities, aka people who might be considered tards. Because it was mostly the Conservative Party. So when we talk about dehumanization, when we talk about that, who got the ball rolling on that first? Because I'm pretty sure it wasn't progressives. I'm pretty sure it wasn't leftists. And if we're going to be playing this game, let's talk about who is currently responsible for killing thousands of people across the United States because of their literal death cult mentality that is leading people to not get vaccinated for a preventable illness that is currently still considered a pandemic, that has already killed more people than died to the Spanish flu, killed more people than died in World War II. Which party is doing that? It's not the leftists, not the progressives, not even the neo-libs. It's not any of those groups. It's the conservatives. And the conservatives want to die to own the libs. That's literally the gamble they're making. But sure, it's the people lightly making fun of MAGA people on Twitter. That's truly the harbinger of a Holocaust against conservatives.
We've increasingly seen more radical calls for conservatives to be completely censored and removed from the internet. Like, of course, most famously, the sitting president of the United States at the time, Donald Trump, because we're not just maggots, we're also dangerous. So we have to be made to go away. We're not allowed.
Yeah, when you collectively organize a concerted attack on the capital of the fucking United States, yeah, you suddenly become labeled dangerous. Weird how that works. Weird how attacking the capital of a country somehow gets taken as this act of aggression. It's so strange. It's so strange. Guys, let's do a thought experiment, okay? What if the Taliban had attacked the capital of the United States and gotten into the actual halls of Congress? Okay? And even if they weren't able to cause a lot of damage, they killed a couple people. A couple people died. We would literally commit, like, not just trillions of dollars, tens of trillions of dollars, to invading wherever the fuck they were and killing every single one of them, okay? Like, we did that for the Twin Towers, alright? We'd do it, like, again, but, like, even more so for them literally breaching the halls of Congress. So, when we talk about this, put it into perspective. Our country would literally dedicate all of its resources to waging a war overseas across a foe that did the exact same thing that the insurrectionists on January 6th did. And conservatives are just like, oh, it wasn't that big of a deal, guys. Wow, it's not that big of a deal. Why are you all so mad about us attacking the Capitol? Like, yeah, I wonder why.
Allowed to be on the internet. If you're paying attention right now, you will
why
also be noticing that the media is being very careful to draw an intentional and very false correlation between conservatives and the pandemic. There have been tons of headlines and discussions saying that conservatives are the least likely to get vaccinated. Trump supporters, of course. Trump supporters are the least likely to get vaccinated. And that is why this pandemic is not ending. You're unvaccinated
No, that's 100% correct. People refusing to get vaccinated are prolonging this pandemic and actively killing more people and giving the virus more chances to mutate into something that can overcome the protection given by the vaccine, effectively returning us back to square one and putting us all back into lockdown for like another 2 years. Fuck all those people. Fuck them. Okay? If you know somebody in your life who's not getting vaccinated, you like walk up to them and just tell them, fuck you. Okay? Because not only are they putting everyone else's life at risk, everyone else who's currently unvaccinated for like non-ideological reasons, they're putting all of their lives at risk, but they're also putting every vaccinated person's life at risk by increasing the likelihood that they could become a vector for a new form of COVID-19. Okay? We already have a lot of that happening. We already have different variants that are currently surpassing the original variants. And that's because of unvaccinated people. It's because unvaccinated people are not getting vaccinated and allowing themselves to become vectors. So fuck them. But it's not enough to just like think, fuck them. No, you gotta say it. Fuck them. Okay? Because we need to let these people know that they are being publicly shamed. They are being shamed, they are being ridiculed, and yes, they are being blamed. Alright? Can I use my strap? No. No sexual violence. So, fuck them. Alright? We need these people to feel ashamed. We need them to feel like they are the scum of the earth until they get vaccinated, okay? Because guess what? There's one thing you can do to stop being shamed, and it's get vaccinated, motherfucker. Can we move them somewhere else? Unfortunately, Bentley, no. Commie Brad, thank you. I'm glad you think my hair is pretty. Don't literally fuck them. That's not what I meant. Please don't take it in that direction. Because guess what? As much as as I just told you to say fuck them, I don't want them to die. I want them to be alive so that they remember forever and always that we told them to go fuck themselves.
CDC said this weekend, this is now a pandemic of the unvaccinated. The idea is to make millions of people believe that conservatives are vermin. And of course, vermin has to be dealt with, right? That is why the Biden regime is stepping to the plate to deal with us. Biden's government, like all evil regimes before it.
No, the idea isn't to paint all conservatives as evil. The idea is to let people know that the reason we still have a pandemic is because there are vectors everywhere created by conservatives. This isn't like some evil scheme to like play political football and make conservatives seem evil or like ideological. No, it's because we fucking are dying. People are dying. People are dying across the United States. And they don't need to be. And guess what? Leftists care more about conservatives than conservatives do. Candace Owens knows that the pandemic is real. Candace Owens knows that people should get vaccinated, and instead, she's going on her programs, she's going on her podcast, she's going on social media, and talking about how people shouldn't get vaccinated, and how it's all a big political ploy, actively politicizing this stuff. And that's part of the problem, because leftists care more about these people living than conservatives do. Conservatives, because they're part of a death cult, are just like, oh, let him die. Let him die. I don't want conservatives to die. And I guess maybe that's a difference between the conservative position and the lefty position, because the lefty position doesn't want anyone to die, not even their political opponents, okay? The conservative position is they would much rather everyone who is not them die, okay? Other conservatives that they aren't related to, don't know, let them die. What does it matter? Liberals, let them die. Oh, they're a big pain in the ass. Trans people, pretty weird. Make my pee-pee feel funny. Let them die. Like, that's what conservatism is about in the United States. That's why people say it's a death cult. And Candace Owens trying to spin this as if, like, lefties and people at the CDC are all in on this political conspiracy to make conservatives feel bad about not getting vaccinated. Yeah, but it's not a conspiracy. Just feel bad because you're not vaccinated. The solution? Go get vaccinated. Nothing bad's gonna happen to you. Nothing bad. The only thing that's going to happen to you is your body is then going to be able to recognize what COVID-19 looks like so it doesn't fucking kill you. And of course, we still have a minute left of this clip.
Is doing the population a favor. They're conquering misinformation, guys. They're dealing with the vermin. They're going to control the flow of information. In other words, they're going to brainwash the masses. The first step is censorship. We don't deserve platforms. We're conservatives. We're predators, remember? We can't possibly be online. You shouldn't possibly be listening to any conservative voices. You need the government to do you a favor and deal with us predators. That's the idea, right? The article also brings up another very important point. It states that when people dehumanize others, they actually conceive them as subhuman creatures, because only then can they begin the process to, quote, liberate aggression and exclude the target of aggression from the moral community. That's what the Biden administration is up to right now. They're protecting the, quote unquote, moral community.
You know, totally normal. Totally normal, just Candace Owens casually saying that the Biden administration is about the Holocaust conservatives. NBD. Nah, dudes. Shame every single conservative until they get vaccinated. Luckily, we have heroes like Ken Klippenstein out here trolling Candace Owens. I repeat, do not under any circumstance reply to Candace Owens with either of these images. She is extremely concerned about coming off as a socialist. And don't call her Comrade Candace. For those of you who don't know, Comrade Candace is now trending on Twitter. Also, here's her tweet. This is actually a pretty wonderful tweet thread. Here are the images here. But Candace Owens. To be here's the original tweet. The COVID vaccine saves lives, which is why the government is making it free. Okay, so explain to me why insulin and asthma inhalers cost so much money. If the vaccines are really about the government trying to save your life, why do life-saving medicines cost so much? Good question, Candace. Medicine should be free at point of service. True, and you know what? We could effectively do that for single-payer healthcare. Let's look at her clarification, of course, because there is one. To be clear, the argument here isn't that medicine should be free. I believe medicine should be affordable and believe it would be if it weren't for the big pharma racket. The argument here is that I'm not buying that our government is suddenly in the business of saving lives. Candace, I thought the whole argument for funding police and funding the military was so that we could save lives. I thought that was the entire idea of like the conservative movement and like funding police and funding the military. Also, big pharma is literally a product of capitalism. When you're complaining about big pharma, you're just complaining about very large conglomerates of like companies that make medicines and enforce the patents on medicines. And like, that's capitalism. So if you believe that medicine should be affordable, what you're advocating is for like some kind of Nordic socialist model. If like people in like the Nordic socialist model, like in the Nordic model, they pay for medicine. They just pay like $1 for like their pills. But guess what? We could do a step better and just make medicine free. We could just make medicine free. We could make medicine and all healthcare free. And it would cost everyone less money. I pay €5. Yeah. Or is that £5? I don't know your funny foreign money. It's true. The needle drop is being so based. So you want to take down the big pharma for profit monopoly racket that's going on. I love the needle drop. Anthony Fantano is a treasure. I also love how just like everyone responding to this is pointing out that yeah, you're still advocating for socialism. This is from yesterday, by the way. Oh, definitely under no circumstances use this image, okay? Under no circumstances should you use this image at all. Do not do it. Don't you dare try and use this image in any way at all. Don't do it. Just Candace Owens wearing a beret. It's pretty fashionable. Pretty cool. Don't use this image at all in any way. I just need you all to know that Candace, not happy about this image. Very bad, no good. don't use it. If you see the link that I just sent, absolutely tell everyone not to click it.